for sure.
Okay, so going back a little bit, uh, talking about how you went from Kansas and you came out to
Yeah,
California, and you ended up in Long Beach at the Pike.
yeah.
Um, Obviously, it was known for housing some of the best artists in the world at that time. What was the Pike like when you were in that time frame? What was the Pike like? Who was there? What was the energy in that area?
Well, see, I when I first went to the Pike was '59 when I got out of the Navy, so I spent a little time around Pike in '59, uh, but um, and '60 too. When I first came out here, um, I got tattooed by when I came back out here to stay. But I got tattooed a lot at the Pike in San Diego and the Pike in Long Beach before I even went back to Kansas the first time, and then I started bouncing back and forth. So at the time when I first came, there was 13 tattoo shops in the Long Beach area in '59, uh, and before too long, it was reduced down to, well, in '72 when I went to the Pike, it was or '73, it was reduced to 5 or 6 shops at that point. But there was nothing like it. It was the greatest place on earth, apart from Disneyland, I guess, because you had everything going on there. You had a carnival atmosphere. You had tourists galore. You had indoor and outdoor swimming. I mean, that pool, the plunge was huge, and it was a freshwater pond right there on the beach. I mean, in a building, but still right there. And oh hell, they had everything. You could taxi dance. You could pay 10 cents and dance with a pretty foxy little dame for a song. And man, there was plenty of these sailors that would line up there at the Rose Ballroom on Fridays and Saturdays and ticket dance with these girls. I used to go down there and quite often myself. And so I have some fond memories of that Pike just for all kinds of reasons. There was so much to do there besides the joints where you knock down the dolls and the rides and the corn dogs and the music playing and all that. It was nightlife. And so when you tattooed there in that environment too, and you had sailors up, galore, and merchant marines from all over the world because LA's a major port. So you had all these, Norwegians that would just line up, and they had pockets full of money, and they would just all buy like a half-gallon of vodka and just sit down and sip on it like 7 Up, and never cause a problem, just waiting their turn. 5 or 6 of them, they just had lots of money, and they would just all they wanted was another tall ship or something, or an anchor, and so it was the greatest life you could imagine. And I worked nights down there. I worked the night shift, so that even made it a little more, I guess you'd say, active in my mind. Yeah. And there was bars down there and bowling alleys and nightclubs. It was any kind of entertainment one could ever want. And then just a couple blocks from there was what was the area called the Jungle, and anything money could buy could be had in there, in the way of illegal sex or drugs of any sort, weapons, etc. It was just a hellhole. It's all gone now, though. But anyway, that was the life. Yeah. And all